Hello, and welcome to the Picks and Ponderings video preview of the Breeders Cup Distaff. I'm Nicolle Neulist. My partner in crime, Paul Mazur, is here as well. You can find me on Twitter at Rogue Clown. You can find Paul on Twitter at Hey Laserbeam. And you can find us both at the Picks and Ponderings blog and at Picks Ponderings on Twitter. This time we're going to take a look at the headline race of Friday's Breeders' Cup card, the Breeders' Cup Distaff. Paul?
I don't like the Distaff division. I'm sorry. Do we have to preview this race? I don't like.
Yes, Paul. Yes, we have to preview this race.
Okay. I'm whining and complaining because a lot of these horses take turns. They're kind of like a coffee clutch of elderly women. They just take turns passing checks around. And you can make a negative case for some of them, and you can make a positive case for some of them. Actually, most of them all have a flaw of some sort. So my play is going to be the longest horse on the morning line. Do not adjust your monitors. I am not on any substances. I may have my arm in a sling, and I have not taken any painkillers. The number three horse, Salama, is my play. Yes, the morning line is 50-1. I expect that to fall a little bit because this is, after all, Keeneland and Mike Battaglia makes our morning lines.
It goes back to definitely going for the. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. I'm going for the new face among friends angle. But this one did win at a mile and an eighth last time at Keeneland in a twice other than allowance. This one does retain Julian Leperoux, who was at the controls in that Keeneland allowance last time. One thing I also like about it is the fact that it's a Chuck Lopresti training. We seem to have forgotten that Chuck Lopresti knows what to do with a good horse. He had Wise Dan, the double horse of the year. I trust that he's going to do the right. I trust that if Salama fits, that Salama is going to be spotted in this. As a 3-year-old, Salama is going to get a weight allowance, and unlike I'm a Chatterbox, another 3-year-old, this one has out and out form at 9 furlongs. Granted, this one was second last time at Keeneland, not first. But I definitely am bearish on Salama, despite the outrageously high morning line quote.
Well, to be fair, Salama finished second in that race, not first, but it was her first off the ship. She was closing nicely, and at 50-1, I can't talk you off of Salama at all. I'm likewise going for a long shot in the distaff. I agree there's a bit of passing around and taking turns, and there's not enough of a standout in the distaff division who's not running the next day in the Classic to make chalk in any way interesting. I'm going a different way with my long shot, and I'm taking the number 10, Yahilwa. And what I like about Yahilwa is even though she's a California-based horse, trained by James Cassidy, a California trainer, she's been going on the road show. She's shipped east. She's shipped Midwest. We saw her here in the 60 sales win at a mile and an eighth. And she's shown decent form everywhere she's shipped. And she's taken her show on the road nicely. She's hit the board a handful of times. Last out at Keeneland, she ran in the Spinster. She was third, but beaten a neck for the entire third up near the front for so much of the way, did so much of the dirty work. And to finish third, just a neck beaten by Got Lucky, who was closing from out of nowhere, that was awesome. Yahilwa is one of those horses who always goes off at a long price. She's 20-1 on the morning line. I wouldn't even be surprised to see her drift more like 25, and a game horse who will run her race everywhere. In a division where things get passed around, horses do well, horses flop, the consistency of Yahilwa, the fact that she ran that big race at Keeneland, didn't ship back out west. She stayed at Keeneland, fired a couple of bullet workouts, gotten herself accustomed to the place. She's coming to the distaff at a big price, and I'm going to bite.
Can you save room on the bandwagon for me too?
There's plenty of room on the Yahilwa bandwagon, Paul.
All right, I agree with you. Yahilwa is live in this because of the fact that she is the Southern California horse who can take her act on the road. Which leads me to my toss horse, the Southern California horse who can't take her act on the road. Drawn one door over, and that's the number 9, Stellar Wind. When Stellar Wind shipped the first time for the Kentucky Oaks, granted this one was 4th, but someone had to be fourth behind all of those New Orleans shippers that comprise the 1, 2, 3 of the Kentucky Oaks. Another thing that bothers me is the long layoff. This one hasn't been seen since the Grade 3 Torrey Pines in San Diego. I worry about that length of a layoff. Yes, I know that Stop Charging Maria has a bit of a layoff too, but at least Stop Charging Maria is a lot more proven at 9 furlongs and proven against older. Stellar Wind has never faced elders, has only shipped once, and now has to face elders. The elders aren't that great, but I really wonder what was behind Stellar Wind in all of those Southern California races.
I don't like Stellar Wind all that much either here. I do love the Curlin babies. I'm a fan of Stellar Wind in general. I'm not using her at all in the distaff either. That said, my pass is Frivolous, the number 2. Frivolous is one of those horses who late last year, early this year, got a couple of wins at 20-1, 30-1. She's got some form at the distance. I mean, she's been on the board in 5 of 7, going a mile and an 1/8. But what I really don't like about Frivolous is her Keeneland dirt form. She's raced 5 times on the Keeneland dirt. She's finished on the board 3 times on the Keeneland dirt. All 3 of those times were on the all-weather, and the 2 times that she's missed the board have been on the dirt. Her spinster last out was uninspiring. There was enough of a fight going on the front end, and got lucky, ran him down just fine. I don't think Frivolous loves Keeneland one bit. She's a horse I would consider at a price elsewhere, but with far better priced options and every reason to think that she hates the dirt at Keeneland, I'm not giving a second look to Frivolous.
I can see you wanting to toss Frivolous. This is a difficult race because as I said, there's a lot, because as I said in the beginning, very little separates these horses. If Beholder was in here, we would be looking at a sub $3 win payout for her. But because she's not, we instead get a race that's pretty much a grab bag. And we also get runners who kind of take turns beating each other. That's why I'm looking at, like I said, the new face. Or I'm looking at horses with proven 9 furlong form. And a horse like Yahilwa is definitely not one to sleep on.
So to look back at our picks and our passes, as my pick, I am going with the number 10 Yahilwa, bound to be a price and takes her show on the road. And as my pass, I'm going with the number 2 Frivolous, because Keeneland is her least favorite spot on the road.
For my play horse, I'm going to number 3 Salama. Don't let the long price fool you for a horse that might be coming into form for the talented Chuck Lepresti. My pass horse is going to be the number 9 Stellar Wind, because I wonder what she's been beating in Southern California against only her own age.
Thank you for watching, and good luck.